Breaking down what went down in the market today, we had a beautiful open. We saw the setup. We saw what was going on with the market. We talked about it in the live stream. If you guys haven't tuned in, 9:30 a.m. live on YouTube, breaking down these moves. I'm going to show you guys the results from today's live stream and all that fun stuff, the trades and all the action right here in this video. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Yeah. What's going on, guys? Patrick here. If you didn't tune into the live stream this morning, well, you missed out on a lot of fun and a lot of trading. This morning we had a insane setup, and I talked about the exact setup, what the plan was, and all of that right in the live stream live on YouTube. So I'm going to show you guys the SPY and talk about this, what I traded the options, and also traded some futures today. A amazing move in the market, and I'm really excited because I feel like, I have these good days where I'm like in line with the market. I feel good. And one thing that I have to remember is that there's going to be days where the market's just going to be stuck in a range, or the market's going to go sideways. It's going to be choppy. And I need to remember that these are the days when we have a beautiful trend, when we have a beautiful setup. That's what I need to capitalize. And the days that are slow, the days that are sideways, those are the days where I need to, pull it back. I need to slow down. I need to sit on my hands, wait for the setups, wait for a day like today, because today is the kind of day where you make lots and lots of money, my friends, lots and lots of money. So I'm going to show you guys kind of what options we were trading and all of that. So this morning, the SPY gapped up to the 450 level and then sold off. I was talking about, I'll show you guys kind of the setup, but I was looking at these 442 puts and the 444 puts on the SPY. This morning, they went from 40 cents up to $3, a 838% move. So you basically would pay $40 per contract, and you could be now selling those contracts for $285. So subtract the difference, you can figure out the profit, but you can see how beautiful this setup was. And the great thing about it was you had plenty of time, like all morning long. I mean, you have basically had from 9:30 till about 10:30 to really load up on these puts before the big move happened. And you'll look here at the chart on the SPY. So big news from Interactive Brokers. They've just released a new app called the Global Trader. It's going to be a lot simpler, a lot easier to use for beginners, for people who just want to buy stocks, hold long term. Maybe you're not looking to day trade. Maybe, you're just looking to buy options, maybe some swing trades, things like that. Or hey, maybe you're trying to trade on it. Who knows? Either way, definitely check it out. It's a new app called Global Trader. I'll put a link down below. You guys can check them out and learn more about it. Really simple, really easy. This is one of the biggest brokers in the world, Interactive Brokers, and they're looking to really help some of, I would say some of the newer investors getting into the market, unlike, Robinhood and some of those other brokers that are out there that are just trying to get that money. So check them out. Also, they've got a simulator as well that you get access to up to $10,000, where you can trade in your account and learn more about trading and all that fun stuff. So this morning, the market gaps up here, the 448 area. Then if you're looking at the overhead resistance, there's resistance at the 450 area, 450 area. So basically, out of the gates, I was sitting there thinking like, okay, look, if we can't break above 450, we're going to retest this 448 area. There's a possibility, obviously, that we kind of get in this range, and then maybe we get a break to the downside later on, maybe we get a break to the upside. But one thing is for sure, if we break above 450, we're running into resistance. It might not be able to go that high. It could, obviously go higher. But one thing is very simple here and very clear, that if we break below 448, there's a huge gap in the chart. That gap goes from 448 down to about 446, right? So you have this gap in the chart, and I'm already telling people in the live stream, like, look, guys, like, it's going to either be bullish, bearish, obviously 50-50, but two very key areas to watch here was that 448 area and the 450. We got down to the 448, and then look how we bounced back up to the VWAP. Look at the 15-minute chart. We ended up bouncing off that 448 area back to the VWAP. Remember, I made a video recently talking about how I added the VWAP to my chart, and look at how perfectly that played out. Perfectly hitting the VWAP and then just getting sold the rest of the day. So we broke below this area here. We filled the gap down to that 446 area. We bounced. We then broke below there, and now we're down here at the 440 level. So like I said, those puts, you could have easily been loading up on those puts as long as we stayed below that 450 area. You could buy puts, or you can sit here and wait for the break below 448. So that was at 10:30 this morning. At 10:30, we broke below 448 there. If you go back and you look at these puts, at 10:30, we were still trading, 60 cents. So let's say best case scenario, you bought that break down below 448. Well, you're still up 400%. You could have paid 70 to 60 cents for these puts, just like we talked about in the live stream in the overall play. So that worked out so beautifully here for you guys, and hopefully somebody out there, saw kind of the same opportunity here. You can see right now the SPY down there to the 440s. Also had a big push back up off of that 442 level, push back up to the 443, and then down there to 440. A lot of people always ask me, like, what is my strategy? Like, what am I looking for when I'm trading? I think it's pretty simple. I'm looking at the VWAP, I'm looking at the overall trend, and then I'm playing into that. I'm not going to try to fight the trend. I'm going to try to ride the trend, right? Like, I want to be a part of the motion and the trend. I want to be going where the market's going. If I'm buying calls when the market's crashing, well, obviously I'm losing money, right? If I'm getting long when I should be getting short, well, then I should be, I'm losing money as a trader. So I need to focus on, number one, identifying which way the market's going to go. What is the overall trend? Is the market going to trend? Is the market going to go sideways? Is the market going to be range bound? If we bounced here, we bounce here, we bounce here. Yeah, the market's range bound. We're in that range, that opening range. But if we break to the downside, it was pretty clear that we had the gap in the chart, and there was a very, 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 very high possibility that the market was going to go lower and lower today, and that's exactly what it did. It crashed down there to the 440. So almost a $10 move in the SPY so far. Those options, those 442 options, are now at $3.10. The other big trade for me today, another 100% gainer, was on UAL. So UAL here, United Airlines. United Airlines pushed above pre-market highs here at the $51 level and pushed up here to 52. What I was looking for was a push up to the $53 level there. You can see these are the $53 call options on United Airlines. They ran up from 30 cents where I was getting in at up to 63 cents. Obviously, it pulled back. I made that very clear in the live stream as well. If the SPY could not push through that 450 area, I would get out of these calls, but I was expecting a move up to the $53 area on UAL, on United Airlines. Ended up getting in there at 35 cents, and you can see here that they ran up beautifully out of the open up to almost 65 cents for a easy 110% move there on those options. So again, laid that whole entire play out during the live stream there on YouTube. It's free. The live stream is totally free. You guys can come check it out and learn more. If you haven't already checked it out, well, I would definitely suggest tuning in tomorrow morning. It's Fresh Cash Friday tomorrow. Pretty simple, guys. A lot of people, like I said, they want to know, like, what is my strategy? Like, how do I trade? My goal is to identify the trend, to see if there's any gaps, to see where the resistance is, to see where the support is, and then to be a part of that movement. The overall market is moving down, so obviously I want to stay bearish. If the market is crashing down, we crash to a support area, and then we're able to reclaim the VWAP, things like that, it becomes bullish, well, then maybe I'll switch to bullish. But overall, if the trend is very clear and it's bearish, well, I'm going to ride that trend, right? Like, I'm going to look for opportunities to short the overall market. I'm going to look for opportunities to buy the puts. Those 442 puts paid out huge. My goal really for making these videos, for going live, is for you guys to see, like, what am I seeing? What am I looking at? And it was very clear, if 448 could not hold, well, we're going to fill the gap to 446. And then obviously, breaking below there, there's so much downside. Maybe, I was thinking 444 area is easy. And then after that, well, now we're down there to 440. So that's the goal, right? We're looking to identify where we're at in terms of structure, in terms of price, and where the market is moving, and identifying the trend. I'm also looking at the VIX. I'm looking at all the action as it's happening and identifying, are we in that market that the market's going to trend lower? Are we in a market where the market's going to go higher, or are we going to go sideways? And today is a perfect lesson, a perfect example that when the market is hot, when there's opportunity, when the market is trending, when it's going down, 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 down nonstop, that's when we need to be capitalizing. That's when we need to be making money. And then the days where we're going sideways, we're choppy, we need to sit on our hands and wait for a clear direction. So again, it's just constantly, reinforcing these things. We see days like today where we're like, wow, today was so amazing. They had so many opportunities. There were so many good trades happen today. When you have those days, you got to remember, okay, tomorrow maybe we're in a range. Maybe tomorrow we go sideways. Maybe we're chopping around. On those types of days, we need to be patient. We need to wait for a day like today where it's just, I would say, easy money, my friend. So again, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'll talk to you guys later on.
Yeah.